Meanwhile, we see these two trying to read one sentence together, and it is a very big struggle.
It goes through BKB.
Yeah, no, it does go. It does the damage at the same type it's received, though. So if you're SF and you BKB, or you're Lina and you BKB and you pump out magic damage,
but I'm saying if you're right-clicking her,
sure,
then yeah,
yes.
Okay, so we were both correct.
It used to be magic damage, though. I think that's probably a big reason that Spectre sees so much more picking now, is because there's no way to deal with it if you're a right-click
now
hero.
goes through BKB
Exactly,
as well.
like
Zeus, that's a Winstrike.
Wow,
that is a Winstrike hero.
I love the Zeus pick.
Dude,
to be honest
look at
with
and this is the global. You got Zeus, Spectre. Not only that, Crystal Main and Treant's armor. You have 4 heroes who are useful anywhere on the map. I love it.
Yeah. I heavily favor Winstrike's lineup this game because last game, based on what we saw, they know what to do in the laning stage, and it felt like their game plan didn't synergize or do well against the opponent's game plan. But if they were to do well in the laning stage this game, which I think they're set up to do, then they do match up quite well, in my opinion, against the way VGj.Thunder wants to win this game. I think Spectre Zeus is heavily punished by heroes like Lycan, these fast-paced, objective-taking heroes.
In your face kind of thing.
Yeah, that just like when your Haunt's on cooldown, your Zeus is getting dove and dying. And Zeus isn't going to get dove by anyone other than Weaver for the first 10, 15 minutes of the game until Lina has like 1 or 2 items. And that's enough time for Zeus to get enough items to not get dove anymore. That's my opinion.
You don't think this Death Ball from VGj.Thunder could be enough to just run over the Spectre lineup, though?
I think the Necro is going to create a lot of pressure.
It's difficult, and you don't really have any reach for the Zeus.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
It's definitely possible. I think they're certainly the better team, but I think the draft for Winstrike is just easier to execute, especially if they just survive the laning phase. I think one of the things you want against Spectre lineups are tower pressure, and they just don't really have any of that on Thunder's lineup right now. And if the Zeus gets online, like, I actually don't know how you win a fight against Spectre Haunt and an Ag Zeus. That just doesn't seem possible.
That feels like me. I don't know. I just like the fact you got Event, you got stuns. You got stuns on the Radiant, and if you do win the laning phase, you could easily just 5-man down. They waste Spectre ulti. They don't have a game. I think it's going to just... It's laning phase, and I think VGj.Thunder could easily do it.
Zeus is quite obnoxious for Weaver, oddly enough, because you will always get vision of him, and the minute you have an Axe, it really limits the way Weaver has to play. Weaver absolutely has to build a BKB now, and it's not saying he wouldn't build a BKB before, but since he's against multiple heroes that deal well with BKB in terms of like Treant Protector, and even a hero like Necro, you don't love building BKB against because he just pushes W and walks away. Like, he kites the BKB really well. Either way, I think VGj.Thunder by no means is this game over at the draft. I agree with Kyle. They're the better team. They're more polished. They're going to play the draft the way they need to play it. Underlord's going to build these pipe-type items that are going to be great against everyone that isn't the Spectre. But the matter in what's going to decide this game for me is the pressure that Necro and Treant are able to create. If VGJ manages to do what they did last game to the TA, where they collapsed 4 heroes on minute 13 or whatever, if they can do that to the Necro this game and slow down his impact on the game, and he isn't just walking at your towers and preventing you from grouping up, then VGj.Thunder, I think, looks good to make this game, because Necro is responsible for buying Zeus and Spectre the time they need to get these items and levels up.
Like we saw last game, it felt like Yang bought so much time for the rest of his team, and Non-Grata going to have to do the same thing against who he just played against. And you do see the stick coming out first from Lina, obviously. Pretty good choice here going against the Zeus.
Yeah, absolutely. Good itemization adjustment, but Zeus doesn't rely on his abilities nearly as much as he used to, in terms of he used to not even be able to last hit with his attacks, but now he at least does enough damage.
Uh-oh. He's going to go, oh my, that's a 4 rune for VGj.Thunder. Possibly a first blood, won't be, but I love it. I don't think I've seen VGj.Thunder ever all. They just got 4 bounty runes. They're taking it. That's actually nuts. What happened top? I'm trying to, it was Crystal Maiden as well as Crystal Maiden.
They were in right-click battles, and they have no stuns. The Willow rooted to prevent the Spectre from getting to the rune in time.
Stuns are good.
Yep, no heroes to secure runes, and if you get out right-clicked, then you just lose the rune.
We'll say one benefit. I love the tree pick even more when you add in the 2 global heroes. It's the same with Nyx, loving to play with Invokers. We saw Liquid do twice yesterday. Global heroes plus Invis heroes is an excellent combination, and you're going to have tree problems if you're Lina Weaver trying to go farm jungle somewhere, specifically the Lina, and they just have an Ent in their face.
Yep. Where do you think? Where's the action lane? It feels like both these dual lanes could very well just. Where do you expect to see first blood? I guess is what I'm saying.
I think both safe lanes are likely to lose this game.
Yeah.
But
pretty standard now.
Yeah. I mean, we've been seeing some safe laners have really strong starts, but Tree and Necro's in the epitome of we want to win our off lane in the dual lane setup.
Tree is a 0 armor hero, though, against numerous sources of minus armor. And if they just have a Dust and Bugs land, I actually think Tree just dies.
I just don't think the reason why I like the Necro for the Tree this game is that it's hard to walk through Necro. Then Necro in some ways protects the Treant. I'm not saying they can't kill either of these heroes, but like if Necro gets to like level 4, like at that point in the game, I don't think they can actually kill them. So if they can kill them earlier, it's really good. I love the heal on the range creep from the Necro, and then the Tree denies. It's really important that you can fake out your opponents with the Necro heal. But they might kill Necro level 1 here. He does level the. That was a really good adjustment.
That's so smart. Yeah, you saw last game, right? He was in trouble when Yang skilled Heartstopper. With this game, he sees Ghost Shroud, survives, and he heals up almost halfway.
Yeah, that was huge. He already had a stick in all the Sakuchi spam and the Wave of Tear.
That's
gives
really
him a lot
smart.
of charges.
Oh, look at this top rune. This is a pretty nice rune to get at 2 minutes in, especially when you're a Zeus without bottle.
I respect the skill build as well. I see a lot of Zeuses. Oh, he gets it. That's annoying.
My bad. He got it. Sorry, I didn't show you. He got it canceled. If you didn't know, his Dragon Slave does end up canceling that regen. And man, there's a lot of fights going on. Yeah, DDC will get the stun up. This might just be a turnaround kill on Tree. He has a stick as well. But does he have another Gemini? He's healing him. No Fear will get the first blood. And welcome to Tree and highest base damage, 94 base damage. Siler does get No Fear eventually. Now it's just a one-on-one. But they both have healing salves as well as sticks. One of them doesn't.
He really wants to. He's just going to salve. I was going to say, you don't want to stick without having the Ghost Shroud active.
Yeah. Luckily, he does have Arcane Aura, so Arcane Aura plus, you know, just being able to get some mana every time you get a last hit, pretty nice.
I was saying that you want these supports that enable you to play this Tree and Necro lane and continuously stay here, and CM's the best one to do it as early as possible because of that aura.
Yep. That aura. We don't talk about Crystal Main aura as much because we've seen it so often, but I mean, it's just nuts. At level 1, it's almost a full mana per second.
And you see the Tree actually TP's bottom and brings the full null plus a mango to his Necrophos.
And here you talk about it, though. This minus armor going to start stacking up. He doesn't have the Wave Terror because it's already been used, and now No Fear. You're sentryed and you're dead. He had -9 armor when he died.
Yeah, you're starting to take like almost double damage from these right clicks. Like you just can't survive through it. But luckily his Necro is so powerful that he'll be able to stand in the lane even solo. But Tree certainly has us to play very defensively in this lane.
So do you, I mean, if he can stay down here, do you just send your Tree up top, maybe a rotation?
Yeah, definitely. I think CM Necro is just a better lane here, but...
Oh, silent. Under the tower, though, so it won't go down. Nice dodge of these brambles.
It's the issue with Winstrike is just that I think all of their lanes are a bit outmatched right now. And bottom is a trade lane, but the Tree just has no purpose down bottom because, again, 0 armor melee hero, you just can't play against Venge Weaver.
And his middle lane, what are we looking at? 22,
down by 10
17-1. Yeah, look at this. Siler. Oh, he's going to get a haste or an iceberg. I don't think you live if you're iceberg right here, do you?
I think he's just going to accept his death rather than TPing home.
Killed a range creep.
He chose to die rather than TPing home and walk back to lane.
Yeah.
Because he's a 300 move speed hero.
Siler's Weaver is nasty.
Fade gets a kill top. Pardon me for a minute. It was just a solo, too. Fade versus Fly up top lane as he pulls the crease, but a lot of minus armor on the Necro. He'll be fine.
Yeah, Spectre's gone 1-0, too. It's interesting.
He just wants to survive, right? Is that why you do it?
Sustain, make sure you don't lose the lane too bad. CM does go down. Yeah. This is a lane that they have to be, they're just on defense mode. Don't lose your tower. If you're going to lose the lane, that's fine. Just don't lose objectives early as well.
You had mentioned liking Spectre versus Underlord. I do too once you hit 25-30 minutes. But at this point, Underlord's got nearly double damage last hit.
Uh-oh, look at this. We rotation from Freeze. Obviously has that bottle, does get the rune, and now No Fear is going to go down. But will Non-Grata steal this rune? He will. And look at, there goes Tree. But on the backside, Stun's going to come out. Was this worth it? It looks like if you survive, it is, and he will. Meanwhile, top. Looks like the runes were just exchanged a little, and I don't know. I love these rotations from the middle player. Iceberg doesn't show up, but the Lina does.
And it's this top lane so problematic for Winstrike because I don't think you can actually deal with the Underlord.
But he's getting close to Helm of the Dominator already.
I love the Helm of the Dominator. When they can't kill you, you just pressure the lane.
And not to mention, we mentioned...
Non-Grata, sorry, he's probably going to die here. The Tree armor might buy him enough time for Ghost Shroud. It will not, Mike. At this minus armor, Kyle, you are correct. It hurts.
Indeed. You can see why it's open.
Powerful.
Yep.
Venge Weaver, it's not the first time or the last in this tournament. I think we'll see it. And yeah, it's your point about HOD. When you have a lack of tower damage, you want to end the game fast, what do? HOD, grab a catapult, grab a wolf creep, and just walk high ground. It gives you so much regen, and the creep, of course, going straight to 1500 health. Like, easy peasy.
This is a matchup that I thought would go better for Tree and Necro, but with them losing the lane, I think obviously they're down by 3K, but the way that I thought Winstrike was going to win this game was like depending on them to win the bottom lane.
Yeah, they had to win. They had to win or just trade in their lanes.
Yeah.
Get to a point where their Spectre and their Zeus have ultimates, but
and they're not there yet. So it is a Spectre Zeus lineup, so they can absolutely come back with big fights in the mid game. But
bottom.
No Sakuchi for 2 seconds.
Looks like he does a bottom wall. No Sakuchi will get out.
A lot of sustain.
And we did see, man, Iceberg has to be feeling bad. He got his regen canceled, and then he looks for that 6-minute rune. But guess what? Free's like, cool, bottle up an invis, which pretty much means Iceberg, you can't do anything.
Yeah, they're looking to get the root on him.
Oh, he missed? That was odd. Missed the CS and denied tops. What are we looking at? Just Silent getting run down by an Underlord with a ring of health and a headdress.
This is such an insane lane.
Nope, nothing good.
The problem with Spectre as a hero is that if you get crushed in the lane like this, you have no comeback mechanic. You don't push waves. You farm by right-clicking. That's it.
Uh-oh. There's the bugs. Immediately when the bugs come out, you just got to get out. I don't think you can kill No Fear, but you can definitely make him flee.
Yeah. Tree hits for 104, but he does it real slowly, and
that's one of the things. You put him in a
space attack time in the game.
But you put him in an advantageous lane, right? And he's going to deny every range creep, which is nice. But right now, you're behind. That does not matter.
You never want to be in a situation where you can't trade. Top lane looks like they might be looking to make a move on the. Is that Crystal Main? No, they're just grabbing a creep. Never mind.
And he has the health. Look at it. Look at his health regen now, 10.9. And they're going to go. They're going to look for Silent there. He does have the dagger. Gets a little bit of move speed. He's going to try to run away. Stunned up by the Dark Willow. Does have the armor from Tree, which definitely will secure him. Not dying.
Has the Wildkin to buff up his creep wave to make it live for a long time. He's even tanking the tower, but one thing about Spectre that is pretty good is her survivability under tower and her ability to protect her own tower is pretty decent against these type of heroes. The only thing that prevents her from protecting her tower is dying, and these heroes don't exactly represent kill threat.
Oh my goodness, Iceberg just blows him up middle. Nicely done. He's going to die.
Kill. Level 8 Zeus dying, man.
Sylar is on point with these rotations, though. Both games, man. He's got 5 already, but he is everywhere on the map, and I love the bottle choice as well. It's just so good on a hero like Weaver. You can stay so active, and room control, man.
And you see Iceberg tips Freeze. Definitely maybe like, hey, I got you. I'm going to get into your head. Top lane, we have the Wild Wing Ripper. Was trying to do some work. He does deny it, and now Silent. So what do you do if you're Silent here? Do you talk to your team? Are you like, whoa, sorry, bottom lane? Non-Grata is actually getting destroyed right now. -9 armor. Sylar doesn't even care. He has level 4 Sakuchi. This is going to be a double kill. This is maybe 1 second. Nope. Goes down. Had the sentry anyways. And and he's going to get away, it looks like. Meanwhile, the Spectre is going to come in. Will it be enough? The dagger will kill him. And now he's going to go over to DDC as well.
He's back in this game.
And look at that. We do see Freeze gets a kill and always want to fly, but
that's 1,000 gold for Spectre. Look at his inventory. He has Rakila with 1,500 gold.
Nuts.
Oh, man.
And that's the thing, right? They have global
presence.
He's
in trouble.
He gets it off. Will there be enough damage? It looks like there will be. The stun's going to be there, the extra damage, and he gets it. That's huge for
What a play. And he's inside of the fear, so he has no travel time for his ult to come back to him, and it can immediately start pumping out damage.
He did buy out on Spectre, but still, huge solo kills coming out.
Iceberg.
Well played by Iceberg. A little bit of hesitation, but he walks into the
root. And he's going to ulti, try to find him. He's to the left. Nice job by Fade, but always want to fly. This will be big. Level 4 versus level 6. Get some experience.
So many random solo kills by supports in this game.
Yeah. Nicely done by Winstrike, but still VGj.Thunder. It feels like they're gearing up for a nice 15-20 minute kind of death ball push for some of these tier 2s.
Testing him at the bounty rune bottom.
And I think Iceberg might just be dead
here. He has no way to protect himself.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, Sylar, dude.
He's just playing. And now you're seeing this Weaver, this whole first pick Weaver thing.
Yang? Fly no TP. He got the bounty runes, but at what cost here?
Always want to fly.
Underlord as well in some trouble. Looks like. Do they have Scythe up top?
They do not. Unfortunately, I believe it failed in.
But one benefit of the Spectre Haunt, like they're still in trouble, but that bought them kills and it got Necro top. And they want Necro against Underlord. Even though he's behind, he outlanes him here. Spectre doesn't really have a place on the map, but he at least got something because he wasn't going to get a damn thing up top.
Did he got full treads, I assume? Yeah.
Yeah.
Full treads.
Treads into play, but I think that's the right choice. Probably Manta to follow.
Yep. And now, Underlord with the, I like, a lot of the times Wild Wing's one of the worst Helmet Dominator creeps, but that 3 armor, you think about it, let's just push a wave. I mean, you probably want to Satyr, but it's fine.
Yeah, the fact is nobody wants to lane against Weaver, so you might as well give Necro a good lane matchup when Spectre doesn't make particularly have on top.
No fear. He's ready to toss. No, he's not. He's just standing there, actually. Now he's moving. He does have level 6 with that Tome of Knowledge. He uses it right now. Surprised he didn't save it. Maybe to surprise, but he's in Viz, so.
Yeah, I just keep looking at Sylar's Weaver and thinking, I don't know if there's anyone else that's going to play it in this manner this well and this consistently.
His rotations, like you said, just Sylar in general, has just played so amazingly these last 2 games. And flying a Javelin, so a ton more damage already.
Yeah, and again, he bought Diffusal last game, Maelstrom this game. It's the way to play.
No fear will end up going down here middle. Fade versus Silent. Who is going to win this? I'm not sure either of them are going to win this. Yeah, it's just going to be a ulti, send him back home, and well, you bought time if you're Fade for your team top to get this tower.
I mean, single-handedly Willow like forcing the CM to rotate mid to protect the Spectre.
Oh, Iceberg. Oh, Iceberg was actually looking for Fade, but instead has to TP home.
All the way to base, too. It doesn't feel good.
So what do you do? You're down 6K Winstrike. Don't just tell me get late game with Spectre. How do they get late game?
It's tough. It's real tough because you have no real method of killing Weaver. It's all about them staying ahead and the damage threat of Zeus Necro preventing Thunder from deathballing and grouping up. But they just don't have that because the Zeus is behind. You're going to see Hood come out on Yang next and then a pipe. And you're going to get you're going to get to a point where you just don't have the damage to deal with Thunder's heroes, and I don't think they can kill Weaver Lina. They can't. They don't have reach.
Yeah.
Like, it's all on the Haunt Zeus ult, and if that damage doesn't work, they're in trouble. You bait out those spells once, you can just walk high ground.
That's going to be the scary part of the game for them. Look at this. The fact DDC's level 6 Venge is fine just sitting on their side of the map in their jungle. Obviously, they have very good wards here. I like this ward. It sees both high grounds over there. Very hard to counter as well. And then they just have one in lane. They have top lane on lock.
Oh, they smoked right underneath the ward, too.
Yep, it's such a good ward because it does see above the shrine up here as well.
You can't do traditional wards. Like, see how he's checking on Iceberg for all the normal ward spots?
I love that ward. I'm a warder. Bottom lane looks like Laguna is going to come out. Non-Grata hasn't died yet. Will go down.
It's so painful, and it wastes the smoke as well.
Because they're smoking to make a play around the Necro, and if Necro dies, it just doesn't matter if you can make a play.
And there, it wears off. Is he getting nuked? Oh, he does get it. That Javelin damage. He's going to get back, but he's going to go back in. Oh, a miss stun actually coming out here, but they're going to try to chase down. Will he be able to get Iceberg? That is the question. He does before the ulti comes out. He wands as well on the backside. We're going to see him fear both of them away. Always want to fly, just hiding. Stun's going to miss again, though. Over here, Sylar. He's trying. Can he get Silent? A couple of uphill plus the armor. He gets it with that double damage, and now no fear. He goes in Viz, but right now, VGJ is giving them the corporation, the business.
That was sick.
What can they do?
Patience by the Willow. He like pump faked his ult like 4 times.
Look at this guy up top too. He's not even here. This is a big team fighter, right? And he's just sitting with a siege creep helmet of the Dominator, not helping.
He is not a team fighter until he gets team fighting items. And
Which,
I think it's super important that if you
build
the helm of the Dominator, that item applies pressures on lane.
You plant yourself in the top lane until you have your next item, which is in this case a pipe. But I 100% agree, you're more useful doing this than you would be walking around bottom.
And Non-Grata, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. He will dodge all the roots. Rooted up over on the other side is going to be Sylar, but look at this. The ulti coming out of the Dark Willow. Non-Grata goes down. A pause by Freeze. And a quit. Whoa. Oh, I think he meant DDC.
Them to leave.
I saw that.
Telling them to save time, move on, go next.
Yep. And I'm just wondering.
Coming out during TI.
Yeah, and he probably heard you guys time out how Winstrike won this draft.
We didn't say that.
We said that their lineup was better, but VGJ was the better team.
That's what I remember saying.
That's what I remember saying. My point about these teams
Here comes the monologue about how he was
when we were talking about the EG game yesterday, for instance, we were talking about how we thought the game would go, and then everything changes when Alchemist solo kills a Clink's mid.
Which you have to factor in. You're an analyst.
Touché. But in this game, I honestly thought Trian Neko would win. And it made whether it's a skill matchup or me misunderstanding the Weaver.
I think it was the minus armor like Kyle said, but we're right back in here.
if you don't win the off lane in
Yeah.
this game, we said Necro enables the Spectre Zeus.
Oh,
if
the
Necro can't
Tranquils.
enable you because he's needs to be enabled himself, then suddenly you have 3 heroes needing to be enabled, and then who enables the enablee?
Did you
The enabler.
Did you watch Cloverfield, right, Grant?
No, I don't like garbage movies.
Okay, Pacific Rim, any like big Godzilla. You know what that is?
Pacific Rim was a great.
I know Godzilla, but I've never
I
seen
think
it.
if you put VSJ in a room
With Godzilla.
with Dota, okay, he wouldn't notice Godzilla destroying his apartment building.
And that's a good thing.
It is.
As a Dota player, that's a good thing.
Yeah, you got to be
Ignorance is
dedicated.
bliss.
It's true.
Silence is golden.
I learned ignorance is bliss in a movie. I may have heard of it. It's called The Matrix.
What?
Don't know what that is.
You know? Oh, okay.
That's like the follow-up
I
to
think
Toy Story.
Keanu Reeves?
I think
Maybe.
it's Nicolas Cage actually, but
Oh,
real
yeah,
quick,
you're right.
Spectre
I,
right now.
yeah, I still just stand by Sylar understands Weaver better than like a lot of the players I've seen on
Yeah,
it.
those
Just
rotations on Zeus at the rune and stuff. That's game
just-
changing.
It's the items. It's Maelstrom or Diffusal. Like you abuse when everyone's maxing Geminate and not buying orbs. It just makes me sad. And look at this ward once again.
Sees everything.
Yep.
And they can't counter because they think it's in the common spots. That's the thing.
He's just going to go BKB next.
Oh, look at this. So DDC could be in trouble, but maybe they want to bait this in. No, I don't think so, because DDC's dead for 50 seconds as a level 7.
They got the ward though. They place the sentry, and then as that fight begins, Dire Side places a ward, but ineffective. And now a Shadow Blade on freeze. Will he find a kill? He's going for the Arcane Rune bottom. Will grab it.
Yeah. He's
They
like,
are
"That's better
Zeus
than a
bolting
kill."
their entire jungle, and they are not hitting these 2 wards.
God, I'm so happy about this ward. It's so sick.
These 2 wards are so good.
Almost level 12 on Zeus, so, you know, a little bit more damage in the fight. Mana cost goes up. No cooldown. I think reduced the cooldown a little bit. Zeus would be in a happy spot. But he's the god of lightning, so whatever. Or he's just god of everything, right? I don't remember the mythology.
He fights with lightning bolts.
Yes.
He's not really the god of everything. I believe it's more that like all of the other gods are his children because Zeus gets
a
around.
player,
Yeah, he. Don't
That
hate-
makes
Here,
sense.
Caster Grant, take a seat for a second.
Okay.
Grandoff, Master of Lore. What is Zeus the god of?
Zeus is the god of all of Dota lore. He is the father of the battlefield, and he wishes to help everyone in their war. Whoever pays him the most, a pretty penny, that is.
Oh,
Which
I
is
see.
Winstrike.
Thank you. Meanwhile,
they probably
Roche
should have
Roche
paid
is
him a bit
dead.
down by the
more.
rating.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah, but look at this. The cart with Yang. They have the pipe, as you said. Is he now a team fighter? Can I
Yeah.
say that?
Now is
Yes.
the part of the game where Thunder says, you have no real damage. We're going to walk down your lanes. And that is exactly what they're doing. Pre-pipe.
And
Here
he
we
has
go.
a pipe, shows up to fight. Has a helm dom, pushes buildings, has a pipe, shows up to team.
And they are at the, I said 20 to 25 minute devil. This is a 17-minute, 12K lead. But the good thing is you have a Treant on Winstrike's side, so you can't
Yeah.
just poke at towers.
It's a really
you
good
have
point.
to finish them.
It's a nice move that they make there, but this isn't actually going to
Just gets
result in
healed.
any advantage because it's not. You won't actually siege down these towers. You need to just go for a fight.
Full to zero.
Commit. Yep.
Because of Treant
You just
protected.
got to kill the Zeus. It comes down to that. If you look at Iceberg's itemization, was it Aether Lens? I think he finished the
Yes.
Veil. No, wow, he's so poor.
He's, I mean, dude,
They got a Veil on Necro.
yeah, but he is broke. Compared to everyone, I mean, you see Yang over there on the off lane, 8.7K, but Sylar, he's about to hit 10K, and this guy is just, he is having, I don't want to say the series of life, he's obviously better, but he is having an amazing series. I think him and Fade especially.
Yeah. And in the meantime, Winstrike with a series of unfortunate events.
And they're looking. The ward's not here to scout him out this time, but they're still looking for
He would
these
have still
wards.
missed it, though.
Yep. Look at this, another one right here.
To
That,
defend.
I have actually not seen that ward placed.
Oh, I too. Did you see
That's
right
nice.
there? Yeah. Zeus ulti, by the way, scouts out where Radiant is. We already know. We have a mini-map. Yeah, I love wards like this. You know, even though it's only versus Zeus,
Yeah.
these are some wards you could use versus not Zeus as well.
It's all about, okay, how much vision do I get and how easy is it to counter? And it looks to me like Thunder, specifically DDC, has placed the wards just near flawlessly.
Absolutely.
Who's it Fade? Who's on the
Well, let's
who's on
give it
the
a
bench?
peek here.
He's on Willow.
This ward,
Yeah, it's DDC.
Is
of
And
DDC.
he's got
course.
the full Yules on Willow.
One of
which
only-
gives him solo kill potential on so many heroes.
3 to 4.
One of only 3 or 4 players, depending on your interpretation of the universe, to attend every single TI.
Yep. So you know you're good.
Indeed.
I mean, it literally guarantees you are a good player.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what anyone says. If my mom says you're bad, she's a liar. I'll say it. Well, looks like this. We're going to see a Pit of Malice get a trap in 1+2. Non-Grata TP's in. We're going to see a Reaper sight that instantly kills Freeze, but Iceberg dies on the backside. Sylar with another double damage is just doing insane amounts of work. Non-Grata's getting brought down here. DDC does die on the backside, though, but I think they're happy with these 2 kills. If they can find even more, it looks like it might be No Fear trying to run. Damage being done a little bit at a time. The dust is wearing off. Will they get it? Oh, the Pit of Mouse will show them, though. Fire goes down. Now they don't. He's going to get out because that tree armor, and wow.
What a win for Winstrike in that case, I think.
It is, but they used all their cooldowns, and they still have Aegis, so...
This is a low cooldown versus high cooldown game again, like we saw earlier.
But if Zeus is alive by the time they group up and push high ground, they can't do it anyway.
True. But they do get a tier 2 now.
Absolutely. And both teams, I think, are content with what just happened.
Something really cool about how Sylar's playing is that multiple times in this game, he uses his ult earlier than you might see most players, but it always brings him back to full health. And it allows him to just usually juke a disable and then immediately maintain his presence and damage output in the fight. Another pause comes out. Looks like we have a little lag on the Chinese side of Thunder. 14,000 gold advantage in 20 minutes.
The idea of Weaver ult is it doesn't necessarily have to replace all of your health. It's just that before using it, you bait out some abilities, forcing it so that you can enable yourself and the rest of your team after you've ulted.
Yep.
It's making sure, like, if you, the key way you die, like the one stun on the enemy team, if it's not used before you ult, then your ult is seemingly ineffective. But if you just bait out a couple of defensive spells from the supports, even making the Treant Protector uproot you or overgrowth you, excuse me, then that's a
Non-Grot, I don't think you die here, but Sylar has been known to do some crazy stuff. Oh, throws it down. The root won't hit. If that root hits, possibly a kill.
Silent is working on his way to a Manta, which will significantly up his damage output.
Well, will he get there in time is the question. They might swap the Zeus.
They will. They find the Zeus. He's going to get Pit of Mouth. He's going to get stunned as well, so it should lock him down again. No, it doesn't. He's going to try to run away, but Iceberg is going to go down. He uses ulti top lane as well. We're going to Fear Spectre cannot ulti, even though it's not up anyways, so that is... Those are the two biggest kills you can find. You find them at the same damn time.
And Iceberg got caught napping. Like, Thunder recognized to push base, we must kill Zeus. And that is exactly what they do.
And there's Spectre. Doesn't have ulti for 29, though, but still.
No Zeus ulti. I think you can push here. Even if Iceberg had buyback, he's not so threatening.
Suddenly, Manta's way delayed for the Spectre.
Yep.
Forcing himself to buyback just to protect high ground. He wouldn't have the buyback if anybody else but Zeus had died, but since Zeus is the one that dies, he has to be like a frontline body for his team.
And love this. They cut top wave, they cut bottom wave, and they're still mid. All three waves entering Winstrike's base.
But you got to kill one of them, right? You can't just be content with this. And I guess they are. I mean, they're up 17K,
Aegis,
obviously, but still.
It's a good choice. Aegis is fading. You can get up to your next round of items on all your heroes before Winstrike really finishes anything. You know Zeus just died. He's got nada. He has a Ghost Scepter, purely defensive item, so his Ags is going to be very delayed. And Spectre just bought back. Well, you fear nothing right now.
Absolutely nothing, except spiders, maybe.
And Dementors.
Yeah. I hate spiders. Oh. Another pause coming out from VGj.
Do you know more people? It's really cool because there's a theory that there's a lot of like genetics involved in your fear of spiders and snakes because for like, you know, thousands upon thousands of years, those were pretty scary. Like they could kill you.
Still are.
They're poisonous. Yeah, they are. But even though stuff like driving is significantly more dangerous, we don't treat it as such because there's no history behind it. Yeah, exactly.
Well, then we get something out of cars. We don't get anything out of spiders.
That's not true. We get
spiders do a lot for us, man. They
what?
You know, dude, there's like, there's.
If I could ride a spider to the store, then I would, but I can't. Sorry, guys.
Maybe.
No truer words have ever been spoken.
Well, this Dark Willow, I don't know if you looked at hero levels in a while, but it is looking pretty damn good for rating. 18, 16, 15, 14, the top, all on Radiant. Look at this find. It is going to be Tree. Can they get the solo kill? Will more people come? Here comes Sylar. Nice 4-step, though. Bugs will still hit on him, so he's losing armor. They're going to get the Spectre. Ulti here. Fade, get a fake out the ulti. Spectre trying to go in on the backside, but look at Underlord has spotted him. That's going to be the Blade Mill on cooldown now. They're still chasing in. Sylar is nuts with this BKB. Non-Grotto will go down. Iceberg's already died elsewhere on the map to DDC. Crystal Main getting chased out, and, well, you still have the siege unit of Yangs. You're ready to push if there's a creep wave.
That's perfect.
They're not.
There's no reason to. Iceberg bought back. You forced another critical core buyback. There's no way you lose this game as Thunder unless you dive base improperly and lose 3 or 4 in a fight.
So just pushing all 3 waves, chill?
The roster, is there an Eternal Envy on Thunder? No, okay, no. Fountain's good.
Fountain should be okay.
Fountain is not going to get dove. This is not Fnatic. I just made sure.
But what if you dive the Fountain to kill the Zeus because he died back? Is that not an okay thing to do?
Well, that's actually what happened earlier was the Tinker spot back, and he lived with barely any health in his own fountain, and Abed dove him, and then they ended up losing the game 50 minutes later. So that's something
you got to be careful.
I don't think it's worth it. There's just no reason to even take a slight risk. It's TI. Make the game take an extra 20 minutes to end this game. That's the problem with players and pubs, and why everyone complains about Zeus is because this hero makes it really hard to go high ground, and people are just like, I gotta go to bed, or I gotta do the dishes, man. Like, or you know, whatever normal people do with their lives.
Water
they don't want to deal with this high ground push. They don't want to wait. Patience. It's not a virtue.
Look at, I love it. Weaver, he goes for the armor reduction in this game. I mean, you're against a Zeus. You're against a Necro.
Makes sense because the fights are ending so fast. Like, they don't have time to kill the bugs.
And that looks like top lane, though. They're looking for Fate. It's only a support, but it's a big support. He is rooted. He gets his ulti canceled by Iceberg. He's going to try to throw it. He does hit non-Grot. He just doesn't want to get Reaper's Scythe, but I think they might. No, they're going to let Iceberg get it. Smart play, though, not getting Reapered. But a good kill. Iceberg needed that 278 gold, and as you said, you can't push uphill right now. 5-on-5. It's still tough for VGJ.
Remember when comeback mechanic was based on team net worth, and that would have been like 1,000 gold for the kill?
Nope.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
These supports that want to play alone and it takes that much to kill them, they're just great right now for that exact reason. He fed 300 gold when they're up by 20K.
Especially Willow. Like, the damage per net worth on that hero is ridiculous.
Okay, well, guys, Lina went for the Bloodstone again. Our thoughts in this game. We are going to see it looks like a kill bottom.
Oh!
Maybe not. Reaper's Scythe won't be enough.
Zeus ulti's enough.
Zeus ult, wait, it was enough. 103 seconds. Sylar?
Yeah, Sylar fed a gem.
Sylar to fall again.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a big swing. And
it's only 2K gold, but it's the gem, and now you have 100 seconds to. They need to push out waves, right? They got to stop Yang from doing what he's doing top.
It definitely puts pressure. This is a great smoke. Love
when he has Manta.
Were they on top of a ward? No, they were not. They bolted on top, and this puts a lot of pressure now on Thunder. You want to make sure that second Roche is secured, because otherwise you might find yourselves in trouble sooner rather than later.
And Spectre is a little late to defend top, though, so it's a bit obvious that there's something amiss. But can they catch Yang?
This guy's just, he's hobbling along.
Yeah.
And now he's going, oh, all right. But still, as you said, a big kill, 2K swing plus the gem. So we'll say 2.6K or so. Now, non-Grata, only level 14. That's the problem, right? You're a Necro. You're looking at all the other hero levels right now. Well, middle there's pushing. It's 20, 18, 17, 17, 16, and then you're 14 as the other core. Like, how do you get back into this game as him? Or are you just there to Reaper people?
Pretty much.
Okay. You are demoted to a Reaper. That's just kind of how it goes with these heroes like Necro and Enchantress. Like, if they're heroes that their whole kit revolves around just walking down lanes and being a body, a wall.
Yep.
And if you can kill them, then they can't do their job anymore, so they're demoted to like impetus throwing for Enchantress and Necro Reapers.
I think a good tell for that is the enemy safe lane tower dead? If it's still alive, then chances are you weren't able to kill it and continue taking possession of the off lane for 5, 10
means you lost your lane.
Yeah, and if you can't apply pressure, then you just don't really have a game.
These heroes, if they win their lane, they're taking at least one tower, and if they're dying, it's always in the opponent jungle, and non-Grata's been not only not taking the tower, but he's been dying at his own tier 1.
Oh, freeze?
Closer to but Shadowblade's away. That's the benefit of the Lina Shadowblade.
And the lack of reach on Winstrike, because there's no, like, they can walk down to the bottom lane, but no one can actually set up a kill on Alina, especially if he's running away hasted.
Blink Tree is being worked on, 900 gold. That is their first source of reach when they eventually get it.
Roche is up. Did he just miss the bug?
He did.
Happens.
A little goofy, yeah. So, are you guys okay with the Bloodstone on Lina this game, though? Or no? Are you still not a big fan?
I'm still not a huge fan, but if it's a player comfort choice, and he does it for the sustain as well. The only benefit it offers over other mana items is for Lina.
I don't mind it because you're playing against long cooldowns, right?
Yeah.
And you're super far ahead. So why not just buy an item that reduces your time lost on map? And let's say you die for Spectre ult, right?
Yeah.
You're alive in 20 seconds, you go high ground. Like, it removes you as a target if you have to commit too much as Winstrike.
That's what I was going to say. The only reason it's better is for the respawn time, and since that's a good point that you bring up about the cooldowns.
They just TP'd behind their tier 1. They want to make something happen with the Underlord, but they won't find anyone. A nice back from Winstrike, but over here.
He has a Necro on top of him because of the Heartstop Aurora.
Dude, that's so much damage. Like
he time-lapsed because he knew he was going to get ulted if he didn't.
That's funny.
Tran found the courier. Oh,
but he can't even.
Last minute. They find him with the dust, but it's nighttime,
Do they know?
They can't see him.
Yeah, exactly. He tries to look for him, but looks like everyone's just going to be running. Oh. Hello, I think. Nope. Nope, we're good.
It's just the Willow there, so he probably wouldn't even kill him in time.
What about this Orchid? So we're talking about a little different item. What about the Orchid on Weaver? It's a little bit different, not just straight up damage, some more utility.
So usually when it comes to these high pressure heroes, you first want to be able to kill waves fast enough, then you want to be able to fight, and then you want to be able to represent kill threat on the map.
That's all three he has.
And that's the idea behind the Orchid, but...
Here we go. This is, will they finally be able to get a tower? The glyph's there as well. It's smart. You always want to armor while it's glyph because you don't lose the charges. Just a little thing.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. And there we go. Free's going to come up on the Underlord. They don't do the most. He has a cheese as well, but look at this. They know. They're like, please, we need to kill us. He's going to Reaper him, but he's got a whole hood. He has a cheese as well. They're fine. They might just, do they reset?
As long as Zeus is alive, they can't push, so they do have to kill him still. Zeus just pumps out too much damage.
I'd like to see them aggro swap the Zeus and just immediately kill him, and I'd also like to see them utilize this Underlord. We have not seen it once. I feel like they wait for it to respawn. Yep, that one, yeah, exactly. But they can just shove, dive pretty deep with Weaver, use BKB, like use the spells, secure the tier 3 at the very least.
Yeah, and then just get out of there.
Yeah.
We saw Fnatic Universe, obviously very good at doing that. There we go. They are going to be able to find the Zeus this time. It's going to be a tree ulti on a lot of them. Guardian Greaves will dispel at least off of Yang. Zeus ulti flies out, but will they kill anyone? Sylar, he's just killing some illusions right now. That's the real one, though. Blade Mill does get popped. Silence, be careful. He does have his ulti finally. He will use it. Now Silence will go down there. It's going to be a buyback. Will it be instant? Not quite. Non-Grata, though. Ghost Shroud up will go down. And now there goes the Aegis. And look at that. The illusion actually in the tower. And Sylar will just back out now. But look at that. The tower just does not die.
It's actually gained in health.
Yeah. And this is the thing. So they do force a double buyback, but or no, only a single buyback. Spectre didn't have to. What do you got to force another thing, right?
I think that Thunder, you can afford to wait for next Roche, but you're starting to need to do things because this advantage is massive, but in 10 to 15 more minutes, it's not going to be nearly as well.
Oh, Zeus. This could be it right here. He's Orchid as well. The damage coming out from the Dark Willow will be enough. Fade gets the kill. Now Zeus is going to buy back.
No glyph.
Non-Grata has already bought back once. Can they do it? They are going to hold down Crystal Man. That'll hit her again once she lands, and there we go. Stun's going to fly out. Nice 4-step. Will it be enough? No, Laguna. I don't like Crystal Man either, apparently, and they do finally get the tower. Tier 3 down as well as the Mailer X, so they're doing it now on the backside. Tree is just sitting there. What can a tree do right now? And hey, here you go, Kyle. Get the racks. Let's get out. Sylar says, nah, I'm good, and runs off.
I like it now. Look, 2 hoods picked up immediately on the supports. BKB
So
on
much
Lina.
money.
Now it's go time. I'm glad they made that play. This entire time was just finally kill the Zeus. You can get the racks.
Underlord's just building a heart as well. He's just like, I'm going to tank all the damage, force all the spells, walk away, come back again, do it again.
He has a lot of health.
They'll just wear him down through the war of attrition or atrophy, is what I've also heard, because that is his passive name.
It is. What does atrophy mean? Do you know?
I actually don't know how to describe it. Like, I think of muscle atrophy, but I don't know how to
Yeah, it just means like deterioration like, over time.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking of entropy. Whoops.
That's kind of the same thing.
It is.
Atrophy, I think, is just more. Entropy is like, wow. It's like energy. It's like a big word.
It's been 2.5 years since I've been in school, and it's been even longer for Kyle.
Yeah. Well, look at this. Is there a chance of killing Fade right here? Nice Shadow Realm. This Fade, he's quick with those reactions.
He actually took the Swarm Armor reduction on Weaver.
Yeah.
It's peculiar just because nobody on the side of Winstrike can even attack other than the Spectre, so maybe the idea is that since none of them can attack, the Rogues are never going to get attacked.
Don't worry, BSJ. We went over this 7 minutes ago.
Did we really?
Yeah.
He was too busy talking. He wasn't.
Oh, here we go. They're going in. Can they get him? He's going to try to fear him. He won't. He canceled it out. And now he's going to pop his ulti, clear these creeps. They haven't even killed the tier 1. He denies it. Yang, you jerk. Steals some more gold from Winstrike. And, I mean, this is one of those games where it's 30 minutes in. Winstrike has not had a chance since, what, the 30-second mark, maybe? And it's just been tough.
Maybe 45.
Okay.
And I don't know.
No, because they got all 4 rounds.
It's all. That's true. That's a good point. The lanes just went so poorly for them. and it's just so tough to recover. I think they failed to recognize just how hard it was to lane a tree against 2 negative armor ranged heroes.
They also had 160 gold advantage across the board because of those runes. That does impact the lane. People will have an extra stick.
Especially middle.
Point. And yeah, I was going to say, Lina Zeus is, I'd say, an even matchup, but when you have 4 runes to 0, like, Lina will pull ahead.
The salve.
It's a free salve, yeah.
Because she started with Stig, now she can already get a Nola salve.
It's an entire creep wave of not XP, obviously, but gold. Bottom, setting up on the Willow, who's just been playing alone all game. I mean,
he does have Nimbus. You still, I don't think, can get that with the Eul's hood. He is so farmed on Fade.
Hood.
It's a tough one. He's close to getting the biggest component of Sheep.
Everyone but Spectre on Dire.
And speaking of Spectre, so going for the heart next, I mean, can Spectre carry this late? If it goes late, I'm talking 150 minutes in the game, can Reaper, Scythe plus Zeus plus Spectre win this?
If they're not mega,
I don't think so anymore. I think
it's just going to be a slow death if they don't throw.
You don't have the damage. And when I say a team with Spectre, Zeus, and Necro doesn't have the damage, you know it's trouble town.
Yeah, everyone has a hood on the. There's 2 hearts and 3 hoods on the side of Radiant.
And what? 2 BKBs too? It's like.
Yep.
This is a tough one. And oh my goodness.
Underlord has the gem now. He's like, don't lose this one.
The thing about this patch is when you're stuck in your base, the opponent just gets bounty runes all game, and that lead just further extends until Roche. That's why teams are always just biding their time until they can just wait, and they'll steadily gain advantage. It doesn't benefit you to sit in your base nearly as much as it has in the past. And this is Underlord ulti fording the creeps.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to come in, and there's only 2 of them, though, but it looks like it might be enough. He's going to ulti on out. It looks like he goes elsewhere. No, he gets Laguna. They know the real one. He's still trying to juke and job. I'm not even sure where he went. It looks like he jukes, but looks like Treant will go down. Always want to fly. Might be okay.
He didn't even die because of the
look at this. I'm not sure what Non-Grata is doing right here. Sylar gets the kill on fly. Now it's going to be a triple kill for Sylar.
He Reapered the Venge, and he had a hood.
That is such a sick play, though, to glyph the creeps and then Underlord TP in. Yeah. That is baller. I have not seen that before, and I don't think that'll be the last time we see it at this event. That is really cool.
Well, unless VGj does it again. They're the only ones who picked Underlord, I believe, which seems to be a decent here right now. Well, see you later, Iceberg. Silence just bought back. If he dies, more than likely game, he will get out of there. They'll glyph. They'll get tree armor so it heals up a little. And look at him. He is he for real? He could just, you got to be careful, right? Yang? Oh, where'd the gem go? Okay, it is on Fade. And he was pretty close. Yeah, he knows now, and there it is. No Fear will get spotted out. They go through. It'll be a kill for Fade, and they're just going to try to end the game, it looks like, which they can. Good game called, and wow. VGj.Thunder, I would say a pretty dominant, definitely dominant game, but overall a dominant series versus Winstrike in general.
Strategically.
For sure.
And individually, their landing decisions, item decisions, everything was on point. You can just sort of see the difference in like fighting style almost. You have the Winstrike CIS qualifier, individual plays, like kind of thriving in chaos, and then Thunder just methodical,